Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts Talk Show. My name is Joe Page III. I will be your host for the next 25 minutes or so. And we want to talk to you about just a little of everything. First of all, we like to talk about the things that we do over at the Conservatory. Of course, we reach out in many ways. We are primarily a music school right there in the heart of the South Side at 6353 South Cottage Grove. And we want to invite you, those of you who are interested in learning how to play an instrument, to give us a call. You may call us here at the studio here, which is 312-738-1060, and you'll see it right there on your monitor. Or you may call the school, which is 773-891-1875. Now, last week we talked to you about a lot of things. We want to continue talking to you about many of those things on today. The first thing about it is we talked about the fact that our annual fundraiser is coming up. This will be our first annual fundraiser, folks. We're in our 5th year as a non-for-profit here in Chicago with a music school, right in the heart of the South Side. The wonderful thing about this school is that it's helping to bridge the gap that was made by the elimination of music in the public school system. Now, most of you know that there have been many budget cutbacks with the Chicago public school system in recent times, and one of those has been one of the main ones is to reduce the music programs in many of the schools. Right now, I think it may be 4 or 5 good solid music programs in all of these hundreds of public school systems, public schools, I should say. Right now, we want to invite those of you who are interested in learning how to play an instrument to give us a call. If you have children, grandchildren, especially those of you who have children who are interested, you want to give us a call so we can give you all the details as to how to get them in our school. Now, many of you yourselves have wanted to play an instrument for many years, and you haven't been able to do it for whatever reasons. But now, here's an opportunity for you to get involved. And that piano that's been sitting there for many years, to dust it off and start using it. Come on over and we'll teach you how to play that piano, or that saxophone, or those drums, or that trumpet, or that guitar. You know, come on over. Give us a call and we'll break this whole thing down to you, let you know exactly what it's going to be for you to enroll and register in our school. Okay? Now, I want you to give us a call. Don't put it off. That number right there is on the screen, 312-738-1060. And we have our production assistant, Mr. Theory Lewis, who is waiting for your call. So give him a call, and some of you may want to have something to say on the air. This is an interactive program. So what that means is that you can actually speak, you can talk on the air right now. You can get on television if you like to right now. So give us a call. Don't be bashful, If you have some questions, ask them. And if you have children and young grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren, and you want to get them involved. Now, we start at 8 years old, and we go up from there. There is no ceiling. There's no limit to. I have people that call us all the time and ask, well, I'm a senior citizen. Will you take senior citizens in? We take anybody who's interested in playing an instrument, we take them in. We don't, there is no discrimination against anyone. And it doesn't make any difference what race you are or anything of that type, We're in the heart of the South Side of Chicago, but we accept anybody who wants to play an instrument. And we teach music theory, we teach music from A to Z. If you are interested in chords and different kinds of what we call qualities, which would be, say for example, majors and minors and augmented chords or diminished chords, and even the what we call half diminished. And then of course there are suspended chords and chords with all kinds of different flavors and colors and whatnot. We teach all of that, and we had our recital 2 weeks ago, and it was just wonderful. We have some of the most talented students in our school that you could ever want to be around, both older and younger. And we have students who are playing songs like, for example, Over the Rainbow, and then of course the gospel song, which is I'm sorry. I have somebody waving in the background. If you're trying to tell me something, you're gonna have to do better than that. But I was trying to think about a gospel song. The name of that gospel song is let's see, Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. And I don't know how I could ever not remember that right away, because I grew up in the church and they were singing songs like that, you know. But what I want to say is that do something. Set a goal, okay? Set a goal for the rest of your life. You know, don't. You know, I hear people all the time say, "Well, I'm retired and I'm sitting around enjoying life." How in the world can you enjoy life sitting around doing nothing, or maybe watching television, or eating all day, or sleeping? You know, it makes no sense, you know. So ideally what people want, what you want, what anyone should want for themselves is to be useful, to be productive, all of their breathing life. Now once breath is gone out of your body, then there's nothing you can do. But as far as I'm concerned, the definition of breath being in an individual's body says to me that person has not spent all of their usefulness. Because I think in fact I know, once we have spent our usefulness, I think we just move on, you know. And that's the way it goes. But especially if you're a relatively healthy, a healthy person, don't sit around doing nothing. I hear about a lot of people who sit around doing nothing, and pretty soon they're dead, or they're in the hospital, because the body has to move and be active. The body needs to be in action, you know. These bodies of ours, they're not to be set on a shelf or immobilized, you know what I mean? We need to be active all the time. Now, you might say, what's it got to do with music? It's got a lot to do with music, but the bottom line is because music deals with all aspects of life. First of all, it's the universal language, okay? Anywhere you go, people understand the language of music. And that bridges the commonality between human beings and between cultures, you see. And of course, Coltrane, Conservatory of the Arts, if many of you may recognize that name, our facility is named after the great John Coltrane, and of course his wife, Alice Coltrane. And we're proud of that because John was a very special individual on this planet. He composed some of the most memorable music that any of us could ever want to be involved with or listen to. He was not just a musician, but he was conscientious of what was going on in society, and he wanted to make a difference. And he did with his music. And we chose to name our facility after him because of the fact that as great of a musician as he was even more a great person. See, because one thing we need to understand, that playing music is not a means to an end, you know. It's not a means to an end, you know. There's something much greater, you see. And what we try to do as musicians, as music teachers, is to blend and harmonize with that single power in the universe. No matter what you call it, you know, you may refer to it as God, Yahweh, Allah. I hear people talking about different ways that they refer. Some people said the Creator, you know. But that single power that exists, that we all have sprung from, you know, that power in some way is the reason that we are here. Well, that power in all ways is the reason that we're here. So what music does is it helps us to kind of harmonize with that. If you hear a beautiful melody and it puts you in, it makes you very comfortable, it puts you in a good mood, that music is putting you in harmony with the universe, you know. You see, so keep in mind, though, that while music can take you so far, it cannot, say, take you into an area where you don't need to continuously work on your life to try and be someone who is an asset to life, you know, an asset on the earth to other people, you know, because that's what gets us where we need to go when we become, when we understand that we are, you know, in the biggest way, our brother's keeper, because what we do for others really is what makes us fulfilled, what makes us happy. You know, by doing for other people, by being kind to other people, by recognizing that we're not an island unto ourselves, and therefore we're all somehow connected one way or the other. No matter what race we come from, no matter what ethnic group we come from, no matter what economic class that we're in, we all are somehow connected, you know, on this earth. And not only that, but we're connected with all the rest of the earth, or the other things on the earth. You know, you say, well, how can I be connected with a bird, a donkey, or a jackass, as they call it, as some people sometimes say? Well, that's easy because many of us are carrying on like that. But no, seriously, we wonder, how can I be connected with to a rooster, you know, or a crocodile or something of that type? Because these are animals, okay? And they have sprung from this great creation, this universal, single-minded power that nobody really knows exactly where it's come from. It's very mystifying because people say, well, where did it come from? And then somebody said, well, it came from there. Then somebody said, well, it came from there. Well, where did that come from, you know? So if we were to try and evaluate that, we just keep going backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards. So really, the origin is a myth to all of us. But we know that something exists far greater than what we are, and we all have to do our best to harmonize with it. And one way of doing that, of course, as I said a moment ago, is to set high goals, try and do the best we can for everybody, try to get rid of our prejudices and our biases and about people, and just let people live and be who they are, okay? Whatever they are, you know, let them do that and mind our own business and keep our noses out of other people's business. That's a good start right there. Now, I'm going to spend the rest of these moments here, ladies and gentlemen, talking about our fundraiser, which comes up on the 27th of this month. And it's going to be at the beautiful 31st Street Boating Harbor. We're going to have that. It's going to start at 3 p.m. and it's going to last until 5 p.m. There will be refreshments, and there'll be entertainment. In fact, the pianist George Newtall is going to be the individual that's going to be playing there, and we are looking forward to all of that occurring. So right now we want to make certain that all of us understand that this is a fundraiser. We want you to come out. Those people who want to really get involved and try to help us, you know, try to help keep these programs on, because, you know, we're doing free drumming, we're doing free English, we have English and math programs on Saturday, and all of these are very important things to especially to our youth, but to adults too, because these classes are open to adults as well as to the youth. Now, I'm not sure. I see my production assistant is putting some up. Sir, can you bring that in here, and whatever that is, just walk through that door. Nobody will ever know that will ever see you. I do not see if I saw what you were doing, I would not be asking you to do that. I'm talking to my production assistant, folks. I don't know what he's doing. He's pointing to something, and how in the world he thinks I can see whatever he's pointing to, I don't know. Just walk over there and point that right there, sir. Just right there, right there. Nobody will ever see you. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, we are... What are you pointing to? Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me for a minute, but this man is pointing to something for me. What are you pointing to, sir? Just walk there. Nobody will see you. You're not on the camera.
Donations are not to be shown.
Oh, man, something I'm pointing right there. I'm not sure what he's asking about, but I don't think that you can see anything on here. I think what he's trying to tell me is that something shouldn't be shown, and I don't see anything that's shown there. Anyway, let's get off of that. We had a little mix up here. But anyway, folks, what I want to do is ask you to make sure that you are going to be there with us on the 27th of this month on Sunday. You can bring your lovely wife, your lovely husband, your children and whatnot. Everybody's going to have. I want you to make certain that you write this date down. It's going to be on the 27th of this month. Keep our doors open. We have some of the most reasonable fees that you could ever get involved with in the whole city of Chicago and suburbs on the 27th of August. And we're asking everybody to meet us there at the beautiful 31st Street to be from 3 to 5 p.m. There will be refreshments and there will be entertainment. And this harbor is just absolutely gorgeous. Now, when it comes down to some of the things that we would like to just remind you of is that tutoring is from 12:30 to 1:30 every Saturday, okay? And the tutoring is in both math and English. In addition to that, we also have a free drumming program. Now, this drumming program is for everybody. We have adults in it as well as youngsters, and they are learning to play. And I want to just say that we had them, and they were doing They were doing solos on the drums. Some were playing the background rhythms while others were doing solos. And it was just such a beautiful thing. And so those of you who want to learn how to play an instrument and you don't want to spend any money to do it, you can come over there on Saturday and get involved with this program. It starts at 10:30 and goes until 12:30. So I would like for you to give us a call again. You may call this number here at the studio, which I'll put up there again. There we go. You can call that number right now, or you can call our facility number, which is 773-891-1875. And that will get you directly to us. We'll be able to explain any and all of these programs to you. We look forward to hearing from you. Now, those of you who actually have called us before and you wanted to get information on our programs, you leave your name, make certain that you leave your name. When we call you back, make certain that you pick the phone up, because we just don't have the staff to call you multiple times trying to get back to you. And we just messages to try and explain in our programs. First of all, we need to know something about you, especially whether or not you have previous, when you expect to be starting, etc., etc., and then we'll explain our whole program to you. It will be that you have all the information that you'll need in order to be able to make a decision. Now, trust me when I tell you, if you come to our school, you will learn how to play an instrument. I guarantee you. And any of our students would tell you that. They've come there. Some have been with us for as much as over 3 years now, and we've just been in operation. We actually have just made our 4th year here, 4th year anniversary. It's raining a little bit out there, at least it was a few minutes ago. So be careful if you're driving. And we look forward to seeing you on next week right here at the same time. And until you have a great rest of the week. And bless you in all the ways that you would like to be blessed. See you later.